Former presidential candidate Beto O'Rourke is coming to Minot this week. He'll be at Main Street Books tomorrow. Manager of the bookstore, Lindsay Birch, says a booking agent reached out to them and they couldn't say no. She says 125 people have registered for O'Rourke's book signing on his 2022 publication called "We've Got to Try: How the Fight for Voting Rights Makes Everything Else Possible."
We've had other nationally recognized authors before, but never one that's ran for president.
That event is from 5 to 7 tomorrow night. Birch says to RSVP on the Main Street Books website.